Hi, as I watched the I had a lot of thoughts. First off, it really opened my eyes. I never thought about people with disabilities being in prison and how common that actually might be for people to be in prison that has disabilities. In a way, I kind of hope that they can find a jail that really isn't like a prison, but like kind of on the strict side, but teaches those people to like really take their medication, or like really help them interact with like society in a way that they actually can learn about society and be able to function and be able to live outside the jail. Because as they said in the movie, that every time they're released, like they hope they don't come back, but 90% or a percentile comes back each time, just because either they do the crime again or do a different crime because they're off their medication. And I can see why they could be off their medication, because they're getting out of jail with $0 to their name. They have no place to live. They're living in a homeless shelter, and they're forced to fend for themselves all of a sudden. And in that position, that can be stressful, and they can succumb to not taking their meds, or even get their meds stolen from them. If they get it stolen from them, what are they supposed to do? Wait until their next appointment? So that's when I was thinking providing services via technology would be a really good step in the right direction. So people could just use a telephone and be like, hey, my meds, like, I need help taking them, or I need more, before they wait for the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks when their next appointment is to get their medication when they need it every single day. Maybe they can get like a reminder every single day. I also think they need help, like maybe the jails could put in place a system where they can like get a job before they get out of jail, so then they're not searching for a job and searching for housing and searching for anything at all. Like, for example, when Lynn, his name was Lynn, was looking for a job, like, he's staying in a homeless shelter, and like, yeah, they have like some strict policies, but he's just walking around all day, like going either to his health appointment or trying to find a job. And when you don't have an address to put down on anything, like, I feel like that's kind of hard to get a job. And then I feel like with people like Jerry, where his disabilities, his schizophrenia shows up so bad that he like puts things in his mouth and like swallows them whole when he doesn't have his medication, that maybe he needs like to live with maybe like an apartment complex that like goes around and passes around their medicine, or like just something to help them and help them be able to take their medication every single day and really get on the right track. Because as they said in the video, like normally the people that come into these homeless shelters they've already tried to stay with their family. They've already lost their family through their illness. And it's not their fault that they have this illness. Like, this is a disability, and family members maybe don't want to deal with that, but there are people that have like big enough hearts that would like to deal with it. And Jerry even said, like, he's like, I plan on not coming back, but sadly he came back a couple months later. And that just goes to show, like, this medication really helps them to be a normal human being. And without that, and without somebody guiding them, I think that's not a good thing. So maybe a technology service that can come in, like a hospice care or whatever, every single day, that comes in, checks on them, or calls them, or they can call them and be like, hey, I need help, like I need help getting a job, or hey, I'm having trouble in this area. And somebody can come and mentor. Like, we have help with people with PTSD, we have people that help with like dementia and Alzheimer's, and they come in every single day. So why don't we have people coming in every single day to help those with schizophrenia disorder, or like something like that? Like, the guy wanted a safe room, and they're like, keep telling him it's a safe room here, it's safe and it's safe, but because he was off his medication, he didn't think anything was safe. And like, that's terrifying to watch. I remember watching a TED Talk on schizophrenia, and she was explaining, like, it's really hard to shut those voices off. It's really hard to shut down those voices, and it controls your life. And in these instances, in the released, it really does control their life, and it controls if they're in jail or if they're in prison and when they're not. So I think there should be a disabilities prison instead of just like an insane asylum, because I feel like could be two different separate things. Like insane asylums might be too extreme for those that just need to get back on their medication. Maybe they can start out there, but an intermediate program should be brought in as well. So I can't wait to hear your guys' thoughts, and I can't wait to see what you guys posted. Bye.